sometimes we don't pay but so much homage, man. And I remember meeting Joe, right? And I'm not a drinker like that, right? I'm not a drinker at all, right? But I was amazed, right? Not only by the fact that, okay, yeah, you sponsor it, you know, you go to events and, you know, you have people sponsoring, and there's like a rep there, like there's a rep, but the rep is from the company, you know? But, you know, the owner was there and the team was there. I was just like, I was like, oh man, this is, no, but it was inspiration, because he'll tell you I was in his ear after that. Yeah. And I hit him immediately. I want to do a story on that, you know? Yeah. So Joe, man, you know, and it maybe about a year down the line, you know what I mean? We didn't.
Yeah, it was about a year ago. Yeah,
yeah.
Flies me having
right.
Fun. Time flies me having fun.
So Joe Cruz, man. So today, man, this is our business. Actually, possibly, I think this is like the real. You know, a lot of times we deal with the norm, but our questions and everything else is a little different in a sense. But the norm of dealing with artists, you know, this, that, and so on and so forth, man. But the business aspect, man, of this, to me, it's like a business 101, right? Once again, I don't think I've ever come across a young man of color, right, that has his own line, right? Am I calling it right? Liquor, you know. Can I say liquor? Can I say tequila? Come on, help me.
You can say liquor, alcoholic beverage. You can say alcohol. You can say whatever. But overall, it's the same thing. Right.
And so I got to be real meticulous with this, Joe. You dig what I'm saying? Like, you are the connoisseur.
I mean, yeah. And the funny thing is, you say people of color, but have people that mean me think I'm white. And they think I'm white not because of the way I speak or not because of anything other than the fact that they feel like our people can't own something big.
Right. Like, so here's the thing. God, keep talking about that.
I meet a lot of people, like I meet a lot of Spanish, black people from our hoods. Like I'm all over the state now. We're in New York, New Jersey, Florida. We expanded independently, but I meet a lot of people that come from our hoods, and they're like, "You really own it?" And I'm like, first of all, I didn't say much other than, you know, I created something, but people will look at me like I'm crazy.
Right.
People will look at me like, "What do you mean you own it?" And I'll talk to them. I'll try to, you know, teach them a little bit, and they're like, "Wait, where you from?" And I'm like, "Harlem." The slogan is "Jumped up in Harlem, made down in Mexico."
Right.
Jumped up in Harlem. I'm a Harlem cat. And people like, a white boy grew up in Harlem, and I'm like, see what I'm saying? Right away, you assume something about me because you feel like I couldn't own it because I come from the hoods.
Right.
It's just like you think I'm supposed to be a rapper or a basketball player. Like in your mind, you're like, he didn't become an athlete or he didn't become a rapper, so he must not be a Spanish cat. I'm like, I'm 100% Puerto Rican, raised by 2 Spanish parents in Harlem. Like, not New Harlem. New Harlem's cool.
Right.
We're New Harlem. It's beautiful now.
Right.
No shooting, stabbing. What size sneakers are you wearing, Harlem?
Right.
It's very, very different.
But so let me ask you something. Let's rewind this, Joe. Let's rewind this, man. So once again, right, that I like that. I like what I just heard, right? Because once again, you know, even amongst our peoples, right, there's the stereotype, right? Okay. And it's not intentional, right?
Nope.
But once again, it's because what we see, right? So you can't have Spanish cat, black cat that owns, right? Outside of anything hip hop oriented or so on and so forth. Now, what do you mean you own it? You know what I mean? So I want to rewind this. First and foremost, when he say ownership, no, this is ownership, man. There's no cross in between. There's no cross promotion of, no, it's ownership, right? Rewind this. I want to do the history. Joe. First and foremost, man, how did you get into this? Because I could imagine it's hard in this field.
It's different.
How did you get into this field?
Well, my dad was, I'm not going to name other brands.
No.
Free marketing for other brands. I say it all the time.
Right.
But my dad was the #1 salesman of a liquor brand in the world.
Mm-hmm.
My godfather runs another one. My uncle worked for another one that ran New York State for a powerful brand. One of my best friends' dad built a brand around the world. So I've always been around liquor.
Right.
So I got in the liquor field. I mean, again, being from the hood, I played ball like all of us did in the streets, did the same kind of things. And then at some point, I had to get a career. Not a job, a career. And my dad was the one that kind of stepped up and was like, here's what you're going to do. And I'm like, all right. And I'm even deeper into it. I got some trouble. I wasn't a street kid, but I grew up in the streets.
Of course.
You don't have really an option.
Of course.
I got some problems or whatever. My dad was like, you have to correct your life. My mother raised me in the home, single mother, but my dad was always around.
Of course.
So I had both of those people like pillars,
right,
along with my grandparents and other family.
Right.
But as time went on, like I started off in liquor stores. I started off as a regular guy, a stock guy, from a sales guy to actually owning a liquor store I worked in. I worked in distributors, which is the guys who actually go out there and sell liquor to liquor stores and bars. I went from working distributor to running a distributor. Then the only thing left was the supplier, the people who supply the alcohol. So I went to a tiny company. I mean, craziest day of my life. I'll give you a real story.
Please do.
On my 10th year anniversary of working with this company, Empire Merchants. Like, that's the company I worked with. They're huge. They turned me into the man that I am today. On my 10th year anniversary, I actually left that company. And when I was deciding to leave, every major company was like recruiting me. And I was like, I don't know if I'm going to work for you guys. I don't feel it. I do everything from the heart. Right. So the worst day of my life wound up being one of the best days of my life. CEO of my old company calls me and he's like, I need a favor for you. And I'm like, this is either really good or really bad. So he's like, come Friday morning, 8 o'clock. I show up in his office. I'm like, what's up? He's like, I need you to work with a small company and make them feel like they're a big company.
Of course.
Do your thing. Go out there and sell, make them feel good, have a great day. So I'm like, all right, I'll do that. It was on a Wednesday. And I remember this because on Wednesdays, I usually like kind of stood at home, called all my customers, and didn't go outside much. I would go outside Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Wednesday was my home day to just get all the orders out. Pouring rain, I get up and I'm like, damn, of course it's pouring and one day I gotta go outside, I promise. I went to go get an umbrella. There was no umbrella in my house. I had a party the night before. Everyone was in my house partying, they took all my umbrellas. So I'm like, all right, not a big deal. I ran in my car, get in the car, and I'm going around the block, and I used to have, I was a fool. I was a young fool that had 22-inch rims. Right. When you're older, you realize
you're having fun. No, but you're having fun.
What I could have done with that money, what I could have done with that money, forget about it. Oh, now I know, but you know, you live and you learn. Going around the block, and I cracked my rim on a pothole. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So the gas station's 5 blocks away. I drive up and boom, 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 boom. I can feel it. I get up to the thing, and the guy's like, I can't fix that, man. I don't have the machine for that. And I'm like, what about a spare tire or something? And he's like, you got a spare? I didn't have a spare. So he's like, I'll sell you a spare for like 20 bucks. I see you going through it. I'm like, whatever. So when I'm going to call the guy, because I was going to pick him up from the airport, my phone falls in the water. And I'm like, this is literally like the craziest day. This is like a half hour into my day. Right. And I'm like, hey, whatever. So I go to the phone, and let me use that phone, call him up, like, look, man, I'm going to be late. He's like, I'm used to this treatment. We're a small company. People usually renege on me. Right. And I was like, nah, I'm not that guy. Let me fix. Like, my car's messed up. All this stuff is happening. So the guy took like 2 hours to fix it. It was a real hassle to fix everything in my car. So now I get back in my car, and my phone, only the speaker worked because I had messed it up. I just dropped it, and I go to call him. I was like, nah, I never canceled on nobody in my life. So I called him my speaker. I'm on my way. Picked him up 20 minutes later. We're in the car. He knows I'm not lying now.
Right. You see, yeah.
That doesn't belong to my car.
And he did that purposely, y'all. You know what I mean? Because he's like, listen, man, I don't want them to think I'm lying.
I got it. I got it like real. But then I get to the hotel he's staying in, and we go around to accounts. He had his best selling day in New York. You know, even from now, it was the best day he had in his entirety of the company. Right. So we go out. So at the end of the night, at the end of the day, you go out for like customary dinner. You just recap everything. And he says with certainty, he's like, would you work for a small company like us? And I'm like, why are you saying it like you know I'm looking? He was like, everybody knows, like your name is out there. Right. And I'm like, what do you have to offer? And he said, less money, probably less accounts, it's gonna be harder work, but the whole world's gonna know you did this. And I was like, all right, it pretty much sold me. Went through the interview process. When we did the interview, the final interview, it was me and an older lady who was more experienced than me. Right. He asked me straight up, he was like, I have this woman who wants the job. She has 10 years more experience than you in the supplier side. This is my first time doing that. He said, why should I hire you over her? I was like, she's already trained in her ways. You said she's 10 years older than me. The world changes dramatically, especially liquor. Clearly. I had to adapt or die. And I told him about the plan, what we could do going forward, and his phone spoke. I'm like, the CEO of the company was actually on the phone listening to everything I said, and he said, one day we're going to work for this kid. And I was like, that's the plan. I'm not coming to work for you guys forever. Like, I never plan to be the CEO of another man's company. Right. My idea was always to run something. Didn't know what, didn't know when, but you know, as time went on, I did it. So now I finally took the job, and I called my mom and dad, and they've been divorced since I was 10. They don't agree on anything. It's part of life. Like, it's high school sweethearts, they don't agree. Like, that's just life. It was the first time in years that they had agreed on something. And the first time was when I actually got the career, when I was like, you know what, I'll go all in for liquor. They both agreed on it. They were like, you know what, you need to do this. This is the move you have to make. And my dad worked for the biggest company. He was still like, don't come over here. Go with those guys. And the reason that day was so important, the reason that whole story is more important, because I'm not very religious, but I believe in like moments and certain things. When you feel something, you just go with it. When I was going to call that guy, it was 11:33 in the morning. I was 33 years old when that was happening, and Jesus Christ was 33 when he resurrected. Right. So I took it all as signs. Of course. And I went to that company. I had a piece of a brand. I did the national marketing. We broke records. I did everything I needed to do, and then I just couldn't keep making other people rich.
So Joe, so now we fast forward, right? So you say, okay, I've learned all aspects, right? Yeah. all aspects of what it takes, right? Because now, you know, and anything that we work on, right, to try to pioneer or to become the best at, you know, some people don't get a chance to hit levels. You know, it's like if I wanted to go in the music industry, I may maintain, right, being an A&R for years. You dig what I'm saying? I may not aspire, right, to want to go higher, but you were blessed, right, to be placed in certain situations, from the distributor, from this, from that. When did the thought, right, because the thought always been there, but to say, you know what, I'm at the point where I'm ready to put my own alcohol beverage out.
I can say the exact second. August 26, 2015, 7:30 in the morning. I went down to Florida. My birthday is August 27th. All my friends would fly into New York and party with me because I was so busy and travel so much.
Right.
For my birthday weekend, I would always stay home. It was a thing.
Right.
So I was like, let me go meet some friends in Florida and we'll drive up together and pick up our friends. Like, make a road trip out of it. I went down on the 25th. You know, I hung out there for a day, and the next day I woke up, and I literally, at 7:30 in the morning, woke up and was like, I'm done. I called, text, emailed everybody I was consulting for and working with, and retired on the spot. And everybody was throwing so much money opportunity at me. The biggest company in the world offered me everything you could imagine. They called me in. Every company recruited me.
Right, right.
I'm not feeling it. I'm not going to work for you guys. I would hang out with them all weekend. They would take me to clubs and bars, and we would do whatever, have a great weekend. And on Monday morning, I had to tell them all, like, I'm not going to work for you.
So, Joe, the name itself, how did that come about?
YaVe means key in Spanish.
Right.
But it's spelled with 2 L's.
Right.
But if you don't speak Spanish, it's LaLave.
Right.
It's not YaVe. So we had to play with the word. Because we always knew we were going with a key. Me and one of our best friends designed this bottle.
Right.
If you notice, the bottle is made even for bartenders. Like, most brands come out to be cool and cute. I thought about having a nice bottle. You see the shape of it. You see the aesthetics. You see the way that it is, the height and everything. We even had a punt for that pour.
I never seen none of that.
Nah. Most people want it to be sexy and dope on the shelf.
Right. If
the bartender can't handle it, they hate you forever. People don't think about that stuff.
Right.
So when I retired, I actually worked in a liquor store for a year, my old distributor job, and I worked in a bar, one of my friend's bars, to relearn.
Right.
I went from the top of the top back to the street level, so I could ask people and do market research. Most people don't do that. I don't think about that. So we used the key because I wanted to give people access to our world.
Right.
We filmed a documentary on this whole process.
Yeah, I see.
I wanted people to understand what I went through. But at the same time, what do you touch every day of your life? Whether it's your job, your car, your apartment, the key.
A key, right.
So as we grow, it's a subliminal that just stays in your mind. It's deeper than that. At the same time, the biggest companies in the world, 4 to 6 letters, 1 to 2 syllables. Google, Apple, Nike, Pepsi, I could do this for a while. I want to follow that formula too. We're going to be just as big as them. So there was a lot that went into this. Like, it's funny to look at it because I designed this on my sofa in Harlem.
Right, and so what amazes me, once again, so you say, okay, now you break it down, right? So you say YaVe, right? Right, that revelation, bam, 7:30, August, right?
August 26th.
August 26th.
2015.
2015, this is what I'm going to do, right? So you go back into the embryo stages, right, of now saying, okay, I'm going to start from grassroots up. One more again. You learn it, right? Yeah. Okay, now it's time to really put everything in motion. Right now, you ain't gonna give every step out, actually, but the fact is that
people gotta pay for that.
Of course.
Not to be that guy, but
no. You know, I'm Terrell Blair. Ain't gonna give too much. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get particular, but not too particular.
In a nice way, I can say I consult for people. But
right. No. So, how hard was it to officially get the drink itself? Because man, this is some deep shit, man. The science behind it, man. Like, how did you know where to go with this? Like I'm talking about, like, okay, I want this type of taste. Like,
well, anything's impossible unless you really want it.
Right.
Like, you're your only obstacle. I always believe that in my heart.
Right.
If you want to get it done, you go get it. I don't like excuses.
Of course.
There's always a reason not to do something, and most people find it.
Right.
My girl just left me. It's cold outside. I don't have the money. I'm stressed. Nobody cares.
Right.
My favorite movie is A Bronx Tale. My favorite line in my favorite movie is Nobody Cares.
Right.
He tells Kalojra, he's like, nobody cares, kid. Nobody cares. It's
right.
Thing,
but now we fast forward into the fact that, listen, this is what I want. I want something dry. I want something, right? Help me understand this. Paint a picture for me.
Well, I've been in the game over almost 26 years now, since I was a kid, like since I was young. So I actually went to classes in schools how to make liquor from scratch. If you give me water and anything in the room, I can turn it into alcohol. I'm not joking. Like, I can turn that wood. I see the wood over there. I can do something with that fan.
You'll be good in jail then.
Like
You'll be good in jail then. Man, look at here.
Yeah, you see those parts? I would come up with
Joe here. Bring him everything, y'all.
Let me get 500 cigarettes.
Yeah.
I don't even smoke, but let me get 500 bucks.
So yeah, but Joe, so you knew exactly once you got the name, you knew where you wanted to go with it.
Yeah.
How long did it take for you for the liquid itself, the process? Like, what was the not without giving it, but how long did that stage take, man?
From August 26th, the first time I thought of it, it was a few months to do like the actual incorporation and all the legal stuff that I already knew I had to do. Because I saved so much money because I didn't have lawyers. I did everything with the U.S. government, Mexican government on my own dime, with me calling and taking the time. I didn't have an office space; it was my crib, and I didn't have to reach out to people for that market research because I had it already. Right. So I just found the most awarded distillery in Mexico. I actually reached out to quite a few people. It just worked out that they actually knew me because of the history that I had. And I knew their history, so it worked out because they're family owned. So we worked with them, and it came out perfect.
Wow.
The man who made this is a legend. And the story behind that, when you go to Mexico, they love it when it burns. They love tequila to burn. It's a thing for them. So when I told them I wanted to be really smooth, easy to drink, light, they were like, nah. The main guy was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. And I'm like, look, man, like you can add certain things to the process. Like, I know this game. Like, trust me. After some selling, he did it. It came out. He was like, this is perfect. Sent me the samples, and I'm like, we got it. I said, but now we're gonna do flavors. And he was like, nope. Hell no, because you don't have tequila doing flavors. Right. So then it has to be pure. And I said, look, Papi, I'm thinking about the whole world. I'm not thinking about Mexico. I'm thinking about North America. I'm thinking about the world right now. Palates are changing, and then when the first vodka was created, Absolute Papar, people said that's created never work. The first flavor invented in terms of actual alcohol.
We talking that
it
talk.
Exploded. Absolute exploded. Then when whiskey started doing it, people were like, that's not gonna work. It exploded. So now that I'm doing it, people say it's not gonna work, and I'm like, nah, I just have to explode.
So Joe, so now you get that first taste, right? You get that first sample, right? You say, oh man, this is where I'm going with this, right? You know, cause that's a feel, man. Once again, that feel was like, oh man. Now are you a drinker?
I've never been a big drinker. I've always been athletic.
Right.
I'll drink. We can hang out now. We'll drink, but I'd rather not drink than drink. I like to be like, on point focus. I don't like to have any vices. I never smoked. I never did any drugs. I never did any of that stuff. I never had a vice.
Right.
I'm big on that. So we could drink, have a great time, but I don't need to drink.
Right. So now that's what I'm saying. So now we get to that point. You get that first sample, and you say, "This is what I'm looking for," right? Because of course you can sort of when you were speaking to them, you was telling them what you want. I mean, of course you know the lingo, you know what to look for specifically, and so on and so forth. How many takes, right? How many samples? A guesstimate that you had to receive in order to say, this is the one I want?
Well, when it came to the bases, I mean, the Blanco, Reposado, and quick breakdown, Blanco just means white. It means clear. It's the raw expression of agave. So it's not aged at all. Reposado means rested in Spanish. It's aged 2 to 12 months. We're 8 months. Añejo means year. Right. We're 18 months, so we're a year and a half. So those three right away were perfect because we knew how to talk the lingo, like you said. We knew how to work it. It was easy. The flavors are different. We have the first ever mango, the world's first ever tequila mango. There are liqueurs out there and other crap, but this
give me the first one that came up.
That's the first ever mango in the world. It never existed until we created this, like never.
But what was your first? This was the first drink you put out there.
No, we came out with all 6 from the beginning.
Right.
We came out guns blazing.
Oh my.
Yeah, I was thinking about old westerns. When you have a 6-shooter, you need all 6 shots to be loaded.
Right.
So that's how I thought of it when we did
from this here.
Everything was launched at the same time.
What's the original though? Give me the, cause I'm seeing flavors, I'm smelling something, man, besides the weed.
This creates everything. So this has to be perfect for these to be good. Because this is aged 8 months, it turns into this. It's aged 18 months, it turns into this.
Right, so now, you went through, you chronologically broke it down, right? And there was a lot of gelling going on, you know what I mean? But we recorded that, right? So, but the thing is, right? So now, when you say, okay, we ready to launch, how long did it take per each other flavor to come out?
Everything day one.
No, I'm saying prior to your launch. I mean, in regards to, okay, this initially hit, you liked it, you argued with them for a little while, then you hit them with mango, right?
Well, These 5 were the original plans. I was searching for a 6th flavor.
Okay.
So coconut was dedicated to my mother. Single mother raised me.
Okay.
So that was her favorite fruit. She drank coconut soda growing up, Puerto Rican stuff.
Right.
My dad, I dedicated jalapeno to. He used to cook with some spicy stuff. He likes reposado. He likes more aged stuff. My grandmother died, and that's how I created mango. That was her favorite fruit, so it was in honor of her. It wasn't me being a genius. It was, you know, it's for like she raised me.
Right.
So when I created this is the hardest one to make because it was never done before. There was no reference to anything mango. Everything was sugar. It's never been done natural. So that one took 4 tries. The first one was way too sweet. The second one was very fragrant, but you couldn't really taste much. The third one was almost perfect, but I needed perfection. So that's the 4th one.
Okay. That
we did. The other ones were all one shot. We figured it out. We all knew how to talk the lingo. And when I finally convinced him into making it, he's like, "Why are you doing flavors?" I started making flavors for women because men buy women rock. They like sweeter stuff. Doing it for bartenders as a base, you know, something they could have fun with, and for chefs to cook with. He hung up on me, and I'm like, "This dude just hangs up on me." And I'm like, "What the hell?" So then, not too far later, he sends me the samples. I tried them. I really liked them. We kept doing with mango perfect. But right when I tried the last mango, I stopped drinking for 10 months. I stopped drinking and dating.
Right.
Giving up drinking was the easy part. But it was like no women, no anything, no even hanging out with female friends, like no partying, nothing. I stood away from everything because I needed to get to that next level.
Right.
I'm a single father.
Right.
Like my son's in the crib and it's me and him and I'm working, so I was on the sofa and I was working out, whatever, but I didn't go party for a long time. So after that 10-month hiatus, the first drink I took was down in Mexico with my team. I had the first bottle of Cradle with my master distiller. So I drank that, it was perfect. And I looked at him, first time I asked him, I said, "How'd you make the flavor so good?" He was like, "I didn't." He had 2 women chemists that he brought on to make it for us. Because he said, "You made it for women." So I had women make it for women.
Wow.
Like, genius.
Wow, genius. Genius.
And when we made the flavors, we made all 3 in Blanco, Repo, and Añejo. We tried different things. We tried all kind of formulas. It wasn't just this. It wasn't one shot.
Right.
But in terms of like when we actually did them all and everything, it wasn't hard. Like I'm not gonna say it in a cocky way, but both sides knew what we were doing, so it was much easier than most people. Most people say, "Hey, I want a nice mango flavor." I was like, "This is how it has to taste. Here's some references. Here's the scale. There's a lot of things when it comes to creating a liquor brand."
So help me understand. So when we talk about tequila, right? Like I said, I'm not a drinker, right? So when we talk about tequila, what made you say tequila as opposed to any other type of liquor?
Well, vodka market's oversaturated. I don't know as much about whiskey as I should. Wine, I've never been intrigued by. If you go with all the other categories, gin is like 3.9% of the world. Tequila was on the rise. Tequila's the most natural. Tequila's an actual stimulant. Tequila's gluten-free. Tequila's by far the healthiest alcohol, and flavors have never really been done and perfected. So I just saw the hole in the void. I saw the void in the market, and I was like, I'm gonna fill it. I'm gonna do what I have to do and get it done.
So can we rewind this? You said it's a stimulant?
A little bit of stimulant. Tequila is the only alcohol that's an upper as opposed to a downer. Every other liquor everybody drinks, from the Hennies that everybody drinks in the hood to the whiskeys that they drink on Wall Street, they're all depressants. Tequila's the only one that brings you up.
Jumps, you need to get a few of these in your locations every time we gotta talk to them about this shit, man. We need some uppers up in this motherfucker. But yeah. So you know, and this is good, right? This once again, man. This is because I like that alcohol beverage 101, right?
Yeah.
So now you get them, right? You have a plan. You in attack mode. You're talking to the team.
I had a meeting for a year every single Tuesday in my crib at 6 p.m. prior to launching.
Right.
So everyone was ready to go from the second that we launched.
Right.
If you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Of course, I
love
agree.
to hear that. When I hear it, I'm like, yeah. So
I agree.
We over-planned.
Nah, it's never no over planning. You know what I mean?
To go all in.
Yeah, every move is calculated, right? So now, you're ready to launch. You saturate. I don't want to say saturate, but you hit Harlem first, right? What was the reception?
Very little love, to be honest. I mean, the realest thing I can tell you is, again, like people just couldn't believe that I was the one that created it. I was the founder. I actually made the product. I was the one that brought it out. The bottle was sexy. The taste was amazing. People couldn't fathom me being a Puerto Rican from their same hoods.
Right.
So people looked at me like, how could he do it? I'm like, well, have you ever tried?
Right.
It's like when people see certain artists out there, they're like, yo, how is he so big or she so big? Are you even trying to be that big or are you just upset?
Right.
You just hating.
Right,
If
right,
you're not
right.
even trying, don't judge anybody who's trying. There's certain artists out there that I hear people all the time, I don't know how he or she is on, but you didn't even try.
So Joe, you go in that store, right? Or you go, right? Help me understand the process, right? Because now, you know, in anything, we know, once again, because of who we are, right?
Yeah.
you might, it's a strong possibility you're gonna get a no, right? That first no. For me, when I get things like that, my growth factor is, yeah, I'm gonna kill these. Yeah, they just, that shit is like fueling me. Where did you go from there? Like, how did you feel? Because remember, this is young Puerto Rican introducing no one else's brand, your brand.
Something that we did prior, again, the first couple years prior to launching was all about planning.
Right.
So I taught my team how to know the no's.
Right.
So if somebody says no, I had ways to counteract it. So if somebody said we don't have the money, we have several counteractions. Somebody says we don't have the space, we don't have this. I had ways to overcome that.
It was strategic, right.
And at the same time, I learned at a very, very young age, the true sale doesn't begin until you're told no. If
Right.
the guy say yes right away, he might have taken anything you brought.
Right, of course.
But once they say no, it gives me a different sensation. It's like, I kind of wake up. It's
Right.
like, yeah, all right, let's go.
Right.
It's fun for me. I don't know how to explain it more than that. We've gotten, I want to say, a little more yeses than nos, but a lot of those nos in the past few months have turned into yeses.
Of course.
The perseverance, people see in the social media, people see we're in a couple hundred accounts. People are like, they're actually onto something. And I'm like, well, I told you I was onto something a year ago, but sometimes you need the proof, you need to see it. So that we just kept pushing. Like, at the end of the day, you can't worry about all. Like, there's a lot of people who told me I couldn't do this. I thank them for that, because like it put the battery in my back. It motivated me. There's people who believe I could do it, so I do it for them.
Was there ever any frustration modes there? Of pushing?
It's more frustration when it's things you can't control. Like when the product was coming over from Mexico, sometimes it gets caught at the border. I can't do anything about that. When the bottling plant that I used initially made some mistakes, I can't do anything about that. When it got stuck in the water, things like that. When it comes to anything about control, nothing frustrates.
Hold up, you saying it got caught at the border?
Yeah, like when it had to come up, I mean, you had the certain president that was going in and everything, and they were having a lot longer lead times when it came to getting anything over the border. So we got hit with that. Everything else, we've been good. We haven't been affected by anything else. That was the one time that it was frustrating, because everyone knew the product was sitting at the border, but unless I would have flown down there and met people and made connections, I wouldn't have been able to do anything. So that's what's frustrating. So we had another company doing that for us, and we took control of that. Now we do our own importing. I never went to a distributor. We do distribution and sales ourselves.
Wow.
So most people go to the big dogs, which I work for. That was never in my plans.
Have any of those distributors reached out to you?
Almost every single one. It's been a year. We're not, like I said, we're New York, New Jersey, Florida, independent.
So of course, so I understand distribution on aspects of how I move product when I was doing the DVDs, right? Has there been a time where you, as you spoke to a team, you strongly thought about going to a distributor?
No.
Why?
Because when you go to a distributor, the basic thing in alcohol is they take a third of your profits, even if they sell nothing. So if myself and my team are out there selling 2,000-3,000 cases and they sell 0, they take a third of that profit regardless of what they've done. So why would I pay them that when I could go to another house, like pretty much a smaller company that does everything from they don't handle the importing, but they do everything from our physical distribution, getting product there, invoicing, all the back end logistics. We do all the sales. So instead of giving 33%, I'm paying like 5-6%. And most people wouldn't even know to do that. Like unless you know and you come talk to a guy like me. When I told most people I was going with them, they were like, "But you come from the big dogs. Why would you go to them?" I'm like, "You don't know this game." And I met a lot of people in the past year who started brands in the past couple of years, and we've surpassed them by far. It's not even close.
Right.
Like I'm still not happy. I want way more. But sometimes my guys put in perspective, like these guys sold 1,000 cases in their first 3 years. So
right.
It means nothing to me. They're gonna fail and they'll be gone.
Right.
They're not our competition. My competition, the guys up here, I can see them every single day what they're doing.
Right.
So that's what I'm gunning for. Yeah.
So this is all the flavors you have.
Yeah.
Are you anticipating some new flavors?
I'm anticipating everything.
Oh my.
It's expansion times expansion.
Right. So now let me state this, man. What has been one of the best sellers of these flavors?
I mean, I'll give you this straight. This is number one because Blanco is the pure essence. That's the one people know. They know about other brands out there. They know Patrons and Don Julio's and Casamigos. They know those brands. They focus on their silver, Blanco. So I mean, we just sold more because of that. We've done taste tests against them. I mean, all that stuff's gonna come out soon. I don't have to say it because I don't like to brag about anything. But that'll be out soon.
Right.
But the number one flavor is mango because first time I've ever done it. So people are intrigued by it, and then they'll try it and they're like, "This is actually really good." And I'm like, "Why you say actually?" Because I made it. They know not even if I'm not. But it goes that mentality.
Right.
Like, he made this and it's actually good. Good. I'm glad you love it.
Right.
Like we have tons. Like it's crazy what's happened the past year, man. Like since we first met.
Yeah.
The trajectory, just everything, even from the big distributors and suppliers reaching out to me. Guys who recently retired from running the biggest companies reached out to me first to see how they could work with me and help me.
Right.
I'm like, that's a hell of a compliment. These guys are 15, 20 years older than me, and they thought of me right away.
Right.
So just the whole thing, just making it real was crazy.
Right. No, of course.
But now, I mean, within a year, like we're in a couple hundred accounts. Like that's crazy to say out loud and think about. Like right now, we're in Midtown Manhattan. There's like stores all around us right now that carry out. That's crazy.
So have they? So you're finding now that they're reaching out more.
Oh, by far, it's not even close. It's not even, nah. Because, I mean, the proof of concept is there. I did it my way, and everyone's like, that's crazy. Every time people call me crazy, it makes me happy.
Right.
Like, the whole thing is crazy. I started on my sofa and all of them. That's crazy from jump.
So Joe, let me state this. Has it been because you know now it's about now reaching the demand, right? So, of course, have you ever got caught in a situation where, damn, I've sold out, and I can't reach it at this current moment?
Well, we preemptively strike with all that. There's different levels of warehousing and different things you can do with liquor people have no idea about.
Right.
I had that day one. So
no, that's good.
We had one problem where we sold out of Blanco because we sold. Damn, it was a crazy week. It was just boom, boom, boom. We sold out on a Thursday. We had restock in on Monday. And people were like, I don't understand how. And I'm like, that's part of why I can't help everybody. Like,
right.
It's just part of what we do.
Right.
I try to anticipate every single problem every single day.
Right.
It's not possible to fix every single thing, but we've had less like the learning curve and less of the bumps than most companies.
Right. I think a lot of it comes from the fact that you've been seasoned as opposed to just jumping right in.
And I've been through it all.
Right. Literally.
Yeah.
Literally. Oh man. Give me some big. There's talk about some of the cross branding that you've been doing.
We're big. Some of our biggest cross branding goes with the accounts that we work with. So like when we go into accounts, the sales staff knew from day one, and I do my best to do it every single day. If you don't get a reorder, we haven't done our job.
Right.
Anybody can buy it, but if you don't get a reorder, we're messing up.
Right.
So when we do events, we do them in our establishments. When we do any kind of parties or we want to have drinks or dinner, we only drink and eat in places that carry YaVe. You're not gonna catch me in a place that doesn't carry YaVe.
Right.
Kind of thing. I'll go all through the city, all through the state, and we do like videos together. Like we work through Dallas BBQs.
Right.
Mango Madness was the featured drink for a month. That was their biggest seller of the year, which is crazy because I go to BBQs and guys like, when you guys gonna bring it back? I'm like, they're gonna do it once a year, so we coming back like in the summertime. But things like that, we did a video together, like a little commercial.
Right.
They posted, we posted, it becomes more of like a partnership. It's not about just buying a product. That's anybody.
Right, of course, right.
It's about working together.
The relationship,
like,
right.
It's huge, man. Like even coming out, hanging out with you and doing it. Anybody I can talk to that wants to hear the story, if I can find the time somewhere in the day, I'm gonna make it happen. We're
gonna put the tequila logo on this interview, right? Yeah. That's it. Like you said, what? No.
That's the logo.
Right. No. So Joe, let me ask you something. Have you worked? So now you're officially in how many states?
3: New York, New Jersey, Florida.
Do you think those are some of the toughest states?
New York's the toughest. Not a lot of brands launch in New York City. Most of the big companies launch in like tertiary markets. They'll launch in Chicago. They'll launch in Arizona. They'll launch in Milwaukee. They'll launch in Florida, certain parts of Florida. New York is home.
Right.
So once I knew we could do it, like you can make it here, you make it anywhere.
Right.
We proved it. We did it here. We're still doing it. We're still expanding. We're still learning. Year one was just laying down a foundation and proof of concept.
Right.
We made mistakes. I mean, most of my team was new. Most of these guys never been in liquor.
Right.
But they were proficient in their fields. They knew what they were doing in their little world. They just had to acclimate that to the liquor world. And as time went on, it just got better and better and better. And after year one, I mean, this is the year of marketing, growth, and no mistakes. Let
me ask you something, Joe. I'm gonna take a different turn on this, man. So I'm a substance abuse counselor, right? Have you ever?
I had no idea you were gonna say that. That was like a real left. That was great. That was amazing. That's
right, along with a whole other type of counselors, right? So I'm like, somebody might say, Terrell, what are you doing sitting down interviewing, someone that owns liquor? Where are you going with this? Have you ever got into, that dialogue in regards to you promoting?
Yeah, you have haters that, I'm saying straight haters because the way people say it is very negative. You have people who come from the hoods and they're like, how could you do liquor of all things? That's what I was raised in. That's what I know best.
Right.
You want me to go in a field that I don't know?
Right.
Like there's ways that anybody drinks in moderation, it's not going to be a problem. I picked the healthiest substance of them all in terms of the actual alcohol.
Right.
I did what I could, but you can't keep everybody happy.
Right.
It didn't matter what I did. If I was selling dishwashers, I would say, why are you doing that?
I'm saying, and that's low, and I anticipate that, but I'm just saying on the level in which now the political aspect of it, when you're in different types of circles, and they're like, you know,
they're more in awe that I did it. Because most of the people I meet on the higher level, they're like, how? They don't understand.
Right.
It's like, I come from Tupac said it best. He was like, I'm trying to make $1.15.
Right.
I understood that. You understand that?
Right.
I had people who were like, I've heard of Tupac. I'm like, you don't understand what he said. Like, that's deep.
Yeah, right.
That's real. We have to make that happen.
Right.
Like back in the day, your mom gave you a couple $. That's a sandwich. That's a quart of water. That's a
right.
bag of chips.
Story.
And you took your time eating it. You didn't rush through it. You had it. You were like, people drank their quarter. Let me get something. You're like, nah, this is mine.
Preserve this
you keep watching it. It's a different world we come from.
Right.
Because of that, I could do this brand with less. Like, I did this with less money than anybody. From what we've raised, and we're mostly friends, family, they're all part of the company.
Of course.
From what we put into this, we made back around 85% already.
Nice.
Brands don't do that. That's not a thing. Guys are raising 20, 30 million. They still haven't even come close to making their money back.
Have different type of celebrities or stars reached out to you to invest?
I've had a couple invest, but more they want to be part of it, the wave and everything.
Right.
I couldn't do it at first because the biggest mistake people make is the product doesn't meet the demands. And more than that, how do you get it to the people? So now let's say I go with a big celebrity and the person shows it on their social media, goes in their show, whatever they do, and the whole world wants it. And I can't get it to the whole world.
Right, and that's what I said earlier.
The biggest idiot in the world. So we've been perfecting that, and pretty soon we're going to be able to ship online all over the country. So now I'm bringing in the celebrity people. Because my old brands, I was working with Nipsey, I was working with Yo Gotti, I was working with Chance before he was drinking. I worked with them guys because my brand was smaller, and I was sponsored South by Southwest, A3C.
Right.
I was the actual sponsor of the events. When Nipsey was creating Victory Lap, I was with him in Cali, in his studio, listening to it. When he did the first couple tracks.
Right.
We were just hanging out drinking, like just talking, just vibing about the wave that went on. And now I'm close to all these people. We still talk about it. And I'm like, I'm coming for everybody soon. I'm coming back to the whole guys that I came up with. They went up, and I was sponsoring them when they were smaller, and I was smaller.
Right.
And I would help them with like certain things, and sponsor what I could, and it became like a mutual respect for each other.
And I'm glad that you're cognizant of that, because a lot of times, you know, people don't understand the aspects of reaching that demand. You know, once again, we're still from the cloth. So you can move here, there, but you'll still go back in your hood, or you'll be around individuals of that like mind that say, yo, man, you should get it to what's the name. They not understanding, man. That demand. As soon as he posts that, if I can't reach that, and that's the hustler mentality, that's the street mentality. Dude, look, man, I hear you, man, but I want it, man, but if I can't, man, then my brand depreciates right then and there.
Incredibly. People don't understand. They don't want to understand. And there's a reason why they still hanging on the block slinging.
Right.
I'm walking by them doing what I'm doing.
Right.
There's a reason behind it.
Right.
But at least once every other day, somebody says, you need to go after this celebrity, that celebrity. And when I explain to them, they're like, I never thought of it that way. And I'm cool. I'll explain to them. I understand. But there's certain people who are like, nah, man, you stupid. And I have to hit them with, what are you doing today?
Yeah.
I'm trying to be like, you just called me stupid, but I gave you the strategy, I gave you a plan behind it. I hate when people are like, nah, you shouldn't do something, they don't have a reason or way to fix it. I've always been the guy that if I say don't do something, I have a way to fix that problem.
Of course.
And most guys who I grew up with, they don't know. They just like, you should do this. All right, tell them why you shouldn't. They're like, nah, you should still do it. Like, get it, man.
That's why you with that's why you with a team that understands. Yeah. How important is team?
Ask LeBron before he went to Miami. One of the best players in the league couldn't do it. I don't know a person in the world that could do it by themselves. I've had this conversation for many, many years with friends I grew up with, and one of my best friends, we grew up in the same block, he grew up in a building next to me. We would always argue. I'm like, it's all about team. Everything I've done is always team, friends, family. And he was always like, I know, but there's people that do it by themselves. And I'm like, you need to stop thinking that. One day, I have a couple friends over, and he knocks on my door. My door, I'm like Seinfeld in the hood. My door was always open. So like people just walk in, he knocks on the door, he walks in. And he's like, yo, I got one. And I'm like, who? He's like, Serena Williams. And I was like, does it by herself? That's what we're doing? He was like, yeah. I was like, so she trains herself, she's her own nutritionist, she books all her flights, she's her own manager, she's her own cook. And he was like, no, so you're looking at it in the most simple way.
Right.
There's a team behind her propelling her so she could focus on the sport.
Right.
If it was just her, she would never play. She would just be booking her flights and trying to get Nike to sponsor her. Nah, it's much, much bigger than people want to see.
So I'm glad you say that, because now remember, you, in regards to now launching, right, this brand, right, remember you reach all aspects of what it is to know about, right? Yeah. Not only the marketing and promotion, but the taste, right? The lingo. You get a team now, right?
Even that's a team, because I didn't make it by myself.
Right,
I
right.
didn't go to Mexico and pick the agave plants and put them in the thing.
Right, no, right.
So
But
that a team was established before that, but I know where you're going.
right, yeah. So now I see Paul, right? I see certain individuals. I see a Steve. You know what I mean? I'm like, how important is their input? You see what I'm saying? Because now you're already going into it, right? And these are things that you've acquired on your own. When you sit down in those meetings with your team, how hard is it for you to say, okay, I know this aspect of it, but I see your point?
Well, the best way to describe it, earlier you said I'm the owner of YaVe Tequila. I like to say I'm the founder. I created it, I founded it, I made it, it came from my mind. But everybody who's part of this owns it. Everybody in essence owns it. Nobody works for me, everybody works with me.
Right.
There's a reason why Steve is my CMO. There's
Right.
a reason why Paul's part of the marketing and runs the Bronx
Right.
and has his own little world. It's a reason why Scott is my CFO, because these guys are proficient in their fields.
Right.
I'm not going to tell my guy who runs all the money in the company how we're going to run the money in the company. We speak about it almost every single day.
Right.
Like, I only speak about money with two people. It's my accountant and my CFO.
Mm-hmm.
And we discuss like he'll tell me, Joe, you have to make sure these guys pick up these checks and those things. We run everything. And I'm like, got it. I'm not going to be like, no, I'm not. No. It's times where he's like, you need to spend less. And I'm like, all right, it's not an argument. He doesn't tell me what to do. He's advising me on the best path to do it.
Right.
Same way when I tell guys, you need to relax. You shouldn't show up to this meeting. I recently let go of somebody from the company. It was somebody very, very close to me. I'm not going to say who it is.
No.
But it was somebody who, when I did it, everyone was shocked, but he wasn't contributing to the overall. When it comes to this, no one person is going to be the downfall of YaVe Tequila.
Team, y'all. Team is so important, man.
Yeah.
Friendship or not, man. If it's going to spoil you, right?
No.
Your level of growth and because it's not now. It doesn't become about the founder no more. It's an overall family. You know what I mean? And if because it's a chess game. If I got to get rid of that pawn, you know what I mean? I'm gonna get rid of him. You know what I mean?
You have your team. Guys are filming. Guys show up and everything. The one thing that I like to base everything that I do off of in terms of like the overall growth, because I know where we're going. I know we've been offered crazy money already, so I understand how it works. But every single person is going to show up to the $1 million meeting, the $1 million party. Everybody's going to come to that. There's going to be people I forgot about. They're like, yo, what's good? I'm at the party. But now everybody's going to pay that $275 to get on the train to get to the meetings that you have to pay to get to.
Right.
But you're not making $1. Well, you have to pay to get there.
Right.
And guys don't want to do that. Everybody in the beginning, the energy is through the roof. Let's get it. Let's go, Joe. Whatever it takes. And a few months later, it's like, all right, man, we got this. And 6 months later, it's like, man, you know, it's getting rough, but I think I can still do it. And a year in, you can see 95% of my team is still at the same exact level that they were on day one.
Mm-hmm.
It was that 5% that isn't with us anymore.
Right.
It's like, imagine that we're in a car. Everybody in this room's in a car. And the car breaks down. One person's job is to steer it. The rest of us have to push it.
Of course.
If one person stays in that car, he's literally dead weight. He can't be in the car with us ever again. It's that simple.
Hey, listen, man. That's business 101, man. I'm gonna leave that one alone, man. I want to get back to one of these drinks, right? You know, I'm tempted to, do a taste test, but I'm not like anyone else, right? So, when you get into these drinks, right? Oh man, listen, man. He put me in a different zone when he did all this shit right here, right? Jumps, you missed that part. He told me how to break the shit down, most such and such. So this shit is deep right now. He got me, man.
And you're holding the right one. Añejo is the grown man tequila. It's like a sipping tequila. You don't mix that. It's 18 months age. You know how you watch a movie and they have that nice business scene where the guy has a nice carafe and he pours the fancy cognac or whiskey?
Yeah.
My goal is to have YaVe Añejo to be in that carafe. That's how I see the brand, like on that level. People have big business meetings, that's what they drink.
Right, and that's where I was going with this, right? So now that you broke that down, right? When I'm in, what zone would I be in with this YaVe Repasado Tequila?
That's like an event mode because you're gonna mix margaritas with that. That's made for margaritas, Reposado more than anything. So if you want to make a nice drink, mix something up that tastes good, that's what you're gonna do with that. If you have some ladies over and they want to try something good, let me mix some juice with this and get some pineapple or something like that. Man. That's that one. That's made for mixing. So that's made for sipping, straight up grown man, drink it on the rocks or neat. Mm-hmm. That's made for mixing primarily.
Mm. We know where we're going with this mango.
That you can drink just like that. I always have people try room temperature because I'm not hiding anything. I don't need to mix it or make it frozen. Everything cold tastes good.
Right.
You can drink it like that. You can drink it chilled. You can mix it, make a mango mojito, mango margarita, mango anything because it's all natural. Every other liquor won't say the word natural on the bottle. They're liqueurs. They put sugar and crack. We put the actual fruit.
So this is the actual fruit. No
BS, like no crap. It's healthy. I'll go up against any other flavor, whatever out there. Not a problem. I have no problem with that. In other categories, they can do vodkas, whiskeys, whatever. I don't have a problem with that.
Have you ever been questioned in regards to that?
Yeah, and once I point the bottle, people like, I'm like, the government's not gonna let me lie. I didn't actually, when I put the paperwork in, it didn't have the word natural on it. The government told me I had to put the word. They said you need to put that word on there. I'm like, all right, you're gonna force me to put natural, and that just elevated our stock. Because now people see it, they know it. They're like, how'd you get that word on there? Because most brands don't have it. They can't put it.
Right.
If you see liqueur just means sugar. So everybody knows. Liqueur, that's all it means.
Right.
Sugar. That doesn't say liqueur on it. I wouldn't allow it. From the beginning, I never worried about it, but we kept getting better and better as time went on within a couple of years. So now it's a natural mango tequila.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Spicy margarita.
Jalapeno.
Spicy margarita.
Papo, you heard when I said the jalapeno on that shit? You hear that shit? That's that Bronx shit right there, Papo. Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. It's pure right there, Papo.
That's a straight spicy margarita. You can drink it straight because it's made from a reposado. So it's aged 8 months. So it has like a nice fine flavor to it.
Right.
But anything you taste jalapeno style or habanero is way too spicy to go for the top of the vortex. I went for the flavor and the essence of the jalapeno. So you're going to taste the jalapeno without having that super burn. It's going to have some burn, but more of a spicy kick as opposed to the, ooh, this is too much.
Right.
I didn't want anyone to ever drink these and make that tequila face. The face you make when it's too, oh,
right, yeah.
I didn't want that.
Yeah, and how did you get past it? Because see, and that's you know, like I said, once again, you know a tequila, right? So when you first, I don't know, apprehensive. Not that I'm a drinker, but I know tequila.
Of course.
So when you taste it, when I tasted it, I was like, I gotta tell my lady about this. We can do this. The bottle we might have the bottle for about 6 months, but we can do it. You know, we can do it, man. You made me a believer.
Yeah,
was that hard to get over that hump?
Once we all had the conversation going, the verbatim, everything back and forth, and we had the dialogue and the lingo.
Right.
We introduced things into this that never been done with tequila. Little things and just changing the process. It's all a science at the end of the day.
Right, of course.
Honestly.
Of course.
I'm the street scientist, so
right.
I understood. I was out there and I would learn, I would hear people talk. And when I did my market research for those 2 years, the top 2 reasons people don't drink tequila. Top 2 reasons. This is me talking to, it was 797 people I spoke to, all in a notebook. When I would speak to people throughout the day, I would just write down notes. By far, top 2 reasons people don't drink tequila. The burn,
right,
and the hangover the next day. By far, the answer people would say, I don't like the hangover, I don't drink. And they were drinking some crap, some other stuff.
Right.
It's like a mixto, it's not real tequila. This is 100% pure agave. It's puro agave.
Right.
Other stuff has sugars and starches. This is as natural as it gets. And then, so when I heard that, I had to make sure it was no burn and no hangover. And I can't say no hangover by law, but it's mixed.
But of course, yeah.
If you mix it and get crazy, you're going to get hungover.
Right.
But if you drink it straight and natural like that, you don't have a problem. After that 10-month hiatus, when I stopped drinking, we drank, it was 12 of us, we drank around 7-8 liters of YaVe at the end of the week. Because we were training. We went to the studio, I trained guys for 4 days. I taught them everything I knew in the world about liquor. That was what the team was about. We drank about 7-8 bottles, 12 of us. We got up the next day, we were tired from partying, but there was no hangover. And it was weird, because remember, I stopped drinking for so long, I expected it to hit me. And the reason we did that is for the rest of my life, people were going to ask me, does that give you a hangover? Nope. I woke up great. When I drink this straight, I have no problems at all. I'm being straight up with you. Like, it's documented by the guy who created all this and everything. Like, it's crazy, but...
And it's coconut right here.
Coconut. Yeah, so
we know that's it originated, just the overall from Mom Dukes, right?
The easiest thing you want to do with that, you can mix it with anything: coconut water, coconut milk, coco rico, the Puerto Rican soda, or you can make a pina colada with that, which would be better than the rum, because rum's made from sugar cane. It's sugar. This is not. It's made from the agave plant. The agave plant's a natural stimulant, so that's why it's a much better alternative to the other liquors.
I gotta bring some of this shit here home, I like that.
Your wife
shit.
will love that one.
Oh my,
straight up.
Talking about this marriage shit and all that shit too.
That's
that Blanco, Papo.
That's how we're gonna turn up tonight, because Blanco's shots. Blanco's associated with shots. You can mix it because ours is smooth and made for mixing, but Blanco shots. People are gonna want to take shots, and we made ours. You tried it, so
yeah.
So people take more shots. So that one's for the sipping. That one's hanging out. That one's for margaritas. That's for let's go. I need a quick jump. I'll be honest, when I'm out, I'll be out for like 2-3 days straight. Not even partying, just doing events. And when we go to drink, I'll drink the Blanco straight up. I'll drink and I just feel it just changes me. If I drink too much, it changes me way.
Moderation. You know, in moderation, brother, in moderation. So let me state this, man. Let me ask this, Joe. Do you feel that, because I don't like peaks, you know what I mean? Because then where do you go from there? You know what I mean? If you're not deviating or embarking on another career, right? Are you in the stages of putting out or working on a new flavor?
Not so much, because I want to perfect these.
Good. I
have tons and tons of ideas, but these have to really start to grow. Because a lot of companies, what they do is they'll make too many flavors or too many options for you, and they cannibalize their own business.
Right.
So if I have 6, people are going to buy 1 or 2 of the 6. If I keep creating, they're going to stop buying 1 of the 6 and replace it with the other 1 of the 6. So until we have a certain level of success, and I already have it in mind, we're only about 3% of where I want to be. And like this, we have a long way to go.
And yeah, primarily, like, once again, in the embryo stages, huh? What is it? Been what, a year or 2?
A year.
A year, literally a year.
A year and a month. That's it. That's crazy. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm fast forwarding a lot, but you know, these are things that people want to know about. You know.
I have a short-term, mid-term, long-term plan, goals, everything. I think about them all the time. So it's a lot. Now where we change our strategy somewhat in a good way, because we learned from year 1, and now the growth is coming at a higher rate.
Did I leave anything out, y'all?
Yes, whatever. I'm here. I don't really care.
Yo, man, but man, we got Bubble. My man, we got YaVe one-on-one in place. Jump, did I leave anything out? Because he a drink over there, so.
Yeah. So you gotta try him, though. This is.
Jump, you never tried these?
I haven't had it yet, no.
This guy is one of the number 1 promoters over there. It's my guy, my right hand.
You know what it is.
Straight Dominican right there. Yeah. You know, but you know, being around a lot of morenos and shit, you be, you know, nah, that's my boy. I love him, man. That's my brother right there, man. But Joe, man, I got what I needed, man.
You want to play after Harlem ain't go over there, I don't know.
Huh?
Crazy. I was about to say, being that the slogan is "Joint up in Harlem, made down in Mexico," you could just supply the aspect of being from the hood, what it means, you know.
Right.
End it out.
Right. Talk about it.
Yeah, if you want to talk any music, whatever. Like one of my favorite slogans, ironically, I didn't get to say it, but one of my favorite lines ever said was when Jay-Z said, and I mean, like I've said to many people that I never thought of it. I'm like, it's all about progression. Loiterers should be arrested. If you're not doing that with your life and trying to enhance yourself, I mean, you're just slipping. My old Instagram name was JC_complacency kills. When you're happy where you're at, you're dying slowly. And I'm not saying you have to reach for the stars like I did, create sound great. But if you're making $10 at your job, try to make 11. I'm not saying that.
I get it.
If you live with your parents and you're 30-something years old, just try to get your own crib.
Yeah.
Like little things, and most people don't even try.
Right.
Most people just, they're like the Walking Dead.
Right. So you know, in the sense that you're talking about that, right? In the sense that you're talking about that, meaning those are incremental steps, right? So your next incremental step, right?
Yeah.
I know you ain't gonna put it out there, right? But
I'll give you the most basic one. The next incremental step is just taking over the country. And it sounds like a basic thing, but it's
shit, but that's a hell of a, that ain't incremental. That's a large step right there.
And it's 7 markets I want to be in, but with 5 markets in terms of tequila sales, it's 5 states. And I'm saying about out New York, New Jersey, Florida, California, and Texas. We're almost 50% of tequila sales nationwide.
Right. So
mastering those 5 states gets us about half tequila sales, at least in the potential of the markets that can buy 50% of tequila in the country.
So you have 3. You have California and Texas.
On the radar, California, Texas, Caribbean, and Mexico.
Right, but let's look at the states, right? California and Texas. How hard has it been introducing?
It's not going to be hard to introduce.
You have yet to introduce
it. I don't want to yet, because when I do, I have to kind of move down there for a while. I have to make sure everything's perfect in New York, New Jersey, and Florida. Because I have major in Cali. I worked with every record label, every movie company, everybody.
So you know what that entails.
So I know them all out there.
Right.
But when I go there, it's the kind of situation where I land in Cali and I'll hit a few people up. I offended them. Like, how you come to Cali and hit me? So I'm gonna have to like station out there for a while. Same thing with Texas. But those 2 states alone are 33% of tequila sales in this country. Just them 2 states.
Right.
There's a lot of Mexicans that live there.
Of course, right.
Latinos, a lot of people are drinking tequila there because that's the culture.
Right.
And it's through the roof. Like those 2 markets could put us on a whole different level.
Right.
We're doing pretty well in our first year. I want a lot more, but it's good. But when I hit those 2 markets, I have to be like beyond ready. Like that's when the celebrities really get involved.
So Joe, you know what I do like about it, and what I'm liking, what I'm hearing right at this point is that though you know what you want, right? and you know that there's a strong potential that when you do touch down, it's going to fly. How hard is it, right, to maintain, right? Once again, those small incremental steps, right? Because of course you know the population, you know your links, right? You got some of them individuals whispering.
Patience is a virtue. Patience.
I understand. Have you? But it's a process.
It's a process, man. I mean, nobody ever won a marathon on the first step.
Yo, this guy here, man.
Like,
This guy quotes, man. He a bad motherfucker. I think you need to start putting these on bottles and shit, man. Man.
You seen I actually wrote this.
That's what I was looking for. Yeah.
Yeah, this is like.
This is. I wanted to read this, man. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, damn, this dude can quote, man. I mean, I'm a hell of a reader, man. But you get me to start quoting, man. Look at here, your man will quote a Pac or man. I love him, man. I need to read this here, man.
Because
it's a commercial
deep.
right here.
I listen deep. Like when my favorite artist of all time was Pac. I was big in Pac, obviously, but Pac was so deep. When he said things, I was listening. Like he was gonna say something, but you go, damn. Then you missed the next 2-3 lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just said that. You're like, oh wait, you gotta rewind.
Man.
That's what he grew up on. Biggie, same thing. Biggie was more style.
Joe, you breaking into my reading right now, Joe. Yeah, and got him going, huh?
It's different.
I love this, man. I love this.
My favorite album 2018 was Nipsey. He went back to the old rap, and you hear some stuff he's saying, and you're like, yeah.
Especially that mixtape he dropped.
Oh, last time that I checked.
Yeah, the one he dropped for $100.
I sponsored his event when he did it at Vinny's. Vinny's drum, he's dropped $100. I sponsored it in Vinny's.
That's why I gotta pay attention to him more. Then this album here was, I was like, it's probably one of the best albums between him and Pusha T.
Can I close out on my reading of this back here right here? This is about to do a commercial. Y'all done went unbelievable, Papo. Come on, man. Liquor. It's supposed to be fun. I don't think I should promote this right here, man. I'm a counselor, man. I love that.
It's more to it, though.
No, I'm going, Joe.
The first line was just to wake people up, make them run.
Yeah, man, that's deep right there.
I'm not curing cancer. I'm not stopping wars. This is liquor. It's supposed to be fun.
I like it. He on the edge right here. Now look here, man. No, Terrell, you better read anything else, right? Look, your man even let me go. F that, man. Shit. Liquor is supposed to be fun. Somewhere along the line, people forgot this and made it all about money. Welcome to your world of YaVe Tequila. You like the way I say that, right? YaVe Tequila unlocks access to an unapologetically fun lifestyle which celebrates our vision. Amazing taste, check. Great package, yep. Well, YaVe make me smile. Shit definitely made me smile. And enjoy life while drinking it. Claro. Thrice voted world's funniest tequila. Funnest. This is bad mouth flower. Thrice, we're gonna edit that up, man. Thrice voted world's funnest tequila by my mom, pop, and abuela. Love you guys. Enjoy the brand that came from my heart as it truly was, dreamt up in Harlem, made down in Mexico. I like that line, man. Dreamt up in Harlem. And you know what's so crazy about it, right? I gotta get that back. I mean, hold that right there. You know, when we first started this, right, he said the old Harlem, right? You know, nowadays, you know, when certain things, you know, we going through stages in the boroughs, right? You know, a lot of times people ain't gonna report that, you know, especially, I ain't really from there no more, but he lets it be known. It's on his brand.
Harlem made me who I am, straight up.
Dreamt up in Harlem, made down in Mexico. Dreamt up in Harlem, made down in Mexico. I love it.
That's the motivate kids from every hood.
Oh, man.
From the 9th Ward, Louisiana,
I love it.
Cali,
I love
305, like, it doesn't matter, man. Everybody comes from a hood in some way. I just rep mine. Like, it made me who I am.
Social medias, man. Tell them.
I mean, at YaVe Tequila, obviously YaVe Tequila. Same thing as the website, YaVeTequila.com. People always ask where to buy it. Go to the website, YaVeTequila.com. Go to the Find YaVe page. It'll geotag you. You can put your address. It'll show you like top 10 locations. It'll show you New York, Jersey, and Florida now. Which is still crazy to say Florida because we just launched at the beginning of this year and we got like 20-some accounts. Like,
nice.
Jump. Like, right away. I went down there for a week and all I did was sell. And down there, they're friendly to New York because I'm so ready for people to say no.
Right.
I walked in ready to sell and people are like, oh yeah, I love this. And I'm like, this is weird. I had one guy who was like, come back tomorrow. And I'm like, I'll be back. He said, no, I know you will. You're from New York. You guys don't play. I came back and he was, oh, let me get a case of it. And I'm like, that was weird. He said, no, I just told you I need to think about it, talk to my partner. I'm like, I'm not used to this. Because New York, until you come back tomorrow, he's not even there.
Right.
Like, yo, he gonna be here Friday. You come back Friday, and they're like, he just left. You like, seriously, he's watching through the camera or something? Like, just come on. It's if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Liquor personifies that.
So you know, in closing, do you think that you have locked down the overall of the 5 boroughs? Because New York is big.
There are a lot of brands that only stay on the island of Manhattan. You can go on their websites and look at their maps, and you're like, you don't know how to get outside? We have Manhattan, we have Harlem, the Bronx, Brooklyn, Staten Island. We have Jersey from northern Jersey up to mid Jersey, and we have Florida from Miami moving up to like Brickell to Delray. So we expand quickly. I don't want to just have my footprint in one place.
Okay.
The slogan is all about Harlem, but I'm not going to only sell in Harlem. Nobody's going to become a billionaire doing that. Like, my aspirations are huge. I want to rep Harlem as much as I can, but Harlem has to show me love and rep me back. Just life. Like,
clearly.
I had a conversation with a guy in the Bronx who, ironically, he didn't believe I was from Harlem. He heard the slogan, we were doing a tasting, and he's like, he's not from Harlem, I never seen him. I never seen you. What does that mean? Like, what are you talking about? How? I don't understand. So I haven't seen you, so you're not from Harlem. Like, what does that mean? But that's people from our hood. Sometimes they just come at you. It's funny because they were like hustlers, you know, a bunch of dudes. They got mad at him, but they were like, this dude left the hood, started his own thing, and you're going to come at him like that. And his guys got at him. It was funny to watch. Because I was prepared to have to argue. I know what was going to happen, to be honest.
Right, of course. Right.
I said what I said. I'm like, whatever's going to happen. I don't have a choice now. Like,
Right.
And the guys were like, yo, he's from our hood. Like, this is how you talk to him? And one of the guys actually bought a bottle. He was like, I'm going to support you. I didn't even drink tequila. Like, it was a lot of love, but our own people will bring us down.
Of course, man. Clearly.
It's sad.
You see how we embarked on a conversation, right?
It's just life, man. Other people, everybody going to try to bring you down. But initially, I got a lot more love outside of Harlem than I did inside of Harlem.
Clearly.
Now it's the same. Now I still get the same love outside, but now I'm working like Harlem Haberdashery. Like, their name was Harlem. A friend of mine linked me. We've been talking. We started working on some major things, and she's shown me non-stop love and reciprocate.
Right.
Like, they're working on some things, and I advise them, and she advises me. Dude, if we don't support one another, nobody will.
And how? Yeah, you know Harlem Haberdashery, right? So that I'm loving that story. You know how y'all bartering and working together and, you know, understanding each other's brand, man. I
Shay is fam. I met her like a couple months ago, and we text and call. She has a question because they started their own alcohol brand, to be honest. And, you know, they're brand new, so they don't know anything about it. And I'm like, do this, do that. Like, basic stuff. And she's always like, I can't believe how simple it is. I'm like, that's why you called me, because I've been doing it for 25 plus years. Yeah. And when I need some marketing, PR help in the hood, she helps. They're worldwide.
Of course.
In Harlem, they have it on Smash because it's in their name.
Of course.
So we just, like I said, the barter system. I help them, they help me, and it's been amazing. Like, if I get a lot more people like them, it'll go through the roof within a year. And we're getting that. We're gaining that dramatically. But that was the best I've gotten in the past few months. And again, because I went to their spot in Lenox Ave, and spoke and vibed, and it's been through the roof ever since. Like, it's been amazing.
Oh man, HLM Media, man. Oh man, we do so much, man. Thinking about taking one of these bottles on the train with me. You understand what I'm saying? Long Island Railroad, and just sip. You know, but
no judgment.
Joe Cruz, man, I appreciate you, man.
Pleasure, man.
Oh man, this is a beautiful thing, man. In closing, we thank you one more again.